Hey, it's me again. So I wanted to show you just that last little step that I'm not requiring you to show or turn in, but I do have a little bit of video of the Tormach mill actually machining the backside of this part. I want to show you how you would set that up. One of the things that you would need to do is when you go into Tormach, you're going to have to figure out the work offset of the piece again. It's a different sized piece. You've already machined part of it, and it's going to sit differently in the vise. So you have to re-zero the machine over the center of the part as it exists now. I'm going to go ahead and put in my information about tool 4. Spindle RPM, feed rate was 60. Z feed, I think I had it 13.5. That would be fine. I'm only facing here. Okay, so remember this originally started as a chunk of aluminum that was 3.6 inches long. So that's negative 1.8. And I'm going to end at positive 1.8. My Y start is, because it's 1.5 inches wide, 0.75. And negative 0.75 for the Y end. Z start, so the height that I'm going to start at, because I'm now going to be removing surface from the backside, and because I just re-zeroed the machine off of the backside of the piece as it's sitting in the vise currently, I want that to be 0. Okay, I haven't decked anything off. We've been doing a bunch of Z start of negative 0.05, but we haven't decked that off on this side. That's what we're going to be doing right now. Okay, so now it gets a little bit complicated. Remember, we started off with a 1/2 inch thick piece, and what we just did is we removed a total of 0.5 facing it, and then we want our part to be 0.25. So that's a combined total of 0.3 material taken from the side that's now facing down in the vise. So I need to remove the rest of this whole part that was originally 0.5 thick. So that's going to be negative 0.2. Now what's my depth of cut? Yeah, I can handle with a 0.2 depth of cut. That's totally fine. Then it's going to ask me for my step over. I'm just going to be nice and easy on it and stick with that 0.275. Even though that's the step over that I could potentially use with a 0.6 inch depth of cut. And so now that I have all that set up, everything is looking pretty good here, and I'm going to say, let's post to file. Oh, wait, well, I'll just change the name right here. I'll say backside facing. And save. And it's going to show me then that new toolpath. I'm probably really looking at this. My goodness, I could have made that width of cut a little bigger. That's an awful lot of little itty bitty lines there. So I could go back and change that, but this will get the job done. It's only time, and right now we've got plenty of time. So next up, you'll see the video of that cutting.
I started a facing operation for the back side of this part. This is not something that I am expecting you to do, but it is kind of an interesting thing to do. You can see that I flipped the part over in the jaws, still the same 1/4 inch 3 flute end mill, but the part is now upside down, and we're going to be machining off that, what is sometimes referred to as the hat, off the back side of our part right there. So here goes. Here's the finished part. See, we have our slots on each side. That's what holds this part down with a couple bolts. You have your 1.103 inch diameter pocket that is 0.1 inches deep. And you have a 0.65 inch through hole. And then it is machined all the way around the whole outside. You can see it has a nice pretty finish on it. Oops. And then on the back side, you can see it was faced off on the back. This is really sharp. The edges are really sharp. There's not a good chamfering operation on the conversational programming, so this part is going to have to be deburred by hand with a file or with a deburring tool. That's it. Bye-bye.